guys, welcome back to my channel, Clary B, Mummy of Three. So I put a post up and also mentioned in one of my food shopping vlogs that I was going to do a Ask Me Anything Q&A. And you guys have responded with lots of questions, so I've written them all down and I'm going to go through them all. I think most of them I can answer actually. I think there may only be one that I can't really answer, at least not in full. So, hope you're all doing really well. Hope you're having a good week. If you are new here, hi, I'm a mum of three. I live in Hampshire. I've got two boys and a girl. They're 9, 6 and 4. And my name's Claire, and I've been doing YouTube since March last year, and yeah, I've got like 1,200 subscribers now. It's amazing. Thank you so much everybody who subscribes, everybody who watches. Like, I really love and appreciate all the support that I get from everybody. So yeah, right, let's jump into it. You guys wanted to get to know me better, and I would like you to get to know me better. So I've got some questions here. So the first one, a few of them are duplicates as well. A lot of people have asked how long I've been married and how Gareth and I met. So I've just had to do some maths in my head and call Gareth to confirm this because I couldn't work it out in my head. I'm really bad at maths. We're both 35 now. We're both 35 in December. We met when we were 18 and we've been together since then. So we've been together for 16 years and in May it will be 17 years. And we've been married for 11 years and it will be 12 years in May. So we actually got together on, I think, the 17th of May is like our anniversary of when we got together. And our wedding anniversary is the 28th of May. So we got married, I think, 5 years after we started going out, if my maths is all correct. So yeah, it will be, I keep looking over because I've written it down so I don't forget, it will be 12 years in May, but currently we've been married for 11 years, and we're very happy. So that's how long we've been married and been together for. How did we meet? We were set up on a blind date by my friends in school were twins, and I worked in Starbucks with one of the twins and Gareth worked in the adjoining supermarket with the other twin, and we were out for dinner one evening and I was just kind of saying, oh, I'd quite like a boyfriend, and they said, oh well, we think we know who we can set you up with, our friend Gareth. And so we arranged to go bowling as a group, and I met him there, and we met outside the bowling alley, and I just looked at him and I was like, oh wow, he looks like Prince Charming. And I liked him right away, and then it kind of I think he liked me as well. I'd have to check with him, but yeah, it's kind of, the rest is history really. We were just together from then on. So yeah, it was a blind date that worked out. I kind of had a good feeling about it before. I don't know, just like an intuition thing. I just thought I'm gonna like him, and I did, and I still do. So yeah, there we go. That's how we met. That's a blind date story that's worked out, because there are some funny ones out there, aren't there? Another person asks, what would my dream job be, or would I be happy being a stay-at-home mum if money wasn't a factor? And I've thought about this a lot, because before I met Gareth, I didn't actually ever envision me being married or having kids. I think that was more because I just didn't think anybody would want me. So I just kind of was like, oh, I won't have that. I don't know why I thought that. I just did. But before I met Gareth, I wanted to go into restaurant management and own or run my own restaurant one day. But once I met Gareth, I kind of just decided I wanted to marry him and have his babies. Very early on, that's kind of what I decided I wanted to do. And I've got 3 kids, and I have always wanted to be a mum, I guess, ever since I was a little girl. My mum said I wanted to be a mum. And I've always liked babies and things. So I don't really have a dream job. So if I didn't have a family, I guess that would kind of be my dream job. I used to be very interested in becoming a solicitor. And again, if I didn't have a family and a husband and things and wasn't so committed to my home life, that may have been an avenue that I would have gone down. But no, ultimately my dream job would be to be a stay-at-home mum. But obviously, like, finances mean that I have to work. I've always been a working mum, like a part-time working mum. When Zach and Charlie were little, I worked 2 days a week. So I was mostly at home. And then I was made redundant when I was pregnant with Lily. Well, no, it wasn't, not when I was pregnant with her. After I had her, I was made redundant while on maternity leave. And that allowed me to be a stay-at-home mum until she went to school. And if we had already been in a house and not in a 2-bed masonette needing to move, I probably would have carried on being at home if we could have afforded me to stay at home. But because she's at school now and there's no reason for me not to work, but we are going to need to move eventually, and for that we need 2 incomes, so I've had to go back to work part-time. But I also equally, I really like my job, so I'm happy being a working mum. The only times I wish that I was a stay-at-home mum were when one of them is sick, because if I was a stay-at-home mum, it wouldn't be a headache. And also school holidays, because I wouldn't have the mum guilt of who needs to look after them or going to work when I should be like taking them nice places, and also like feeling guilty about asking people to look after your kids, like arranging childcare, because like people are willing to do it if they can. It's just I always feel really bad asking them, like I'm being an imposition to people, even though they say they enjoy it. I just have a lot of guilt, and I feel like I'm being a pain in the arse basically to people. So yeah, no, being a stay-at-home mum would be my dream job, I guess. But equally, I like working, and I don't know, if I was a stay-at-home mum, would I be bored? I probably would be. Sometimes there's a lot to do around the house, but I probably would be bored. And unless I had like a lot of other stay-at-home mum friends who I could go and see, I could see myself feeling quite isolated and maybe a bit bored. So I don't know, be careful what you wish for, I suppose. That they always say that, don't they? But yeah, I've really loved being able to be at home with my babies though. And also, like, I've never had to put them in a childminder or a nursery, because we've had my family, like my sister and me used to split childcare. I used to look after the 2 when Zach and Ariana were our only ones. I used to look after those on the days that she worked, and she would look after them on the days that I worked. And then our lovely friend Carol, who's also the kids' godmother, she would look after them. And our other friend Claire, she looked after Zach for a little while. My mother-in-law looked after him for a little while when she wasn't at work for a time. So I'm really fortunate that I've had people that the kids have loved to look after them. And I've only had to work part-time, and it was only 2 days a week, and now I'm only working school hours. So yeah, I think I've got it pretty good. I do appreciate that, and I am grateful for that. I haven't had to go back to work full-time or anything like that, which I realise a lot of women are forced to do. So I am very grateful. I'm very fortunate. On the flip side of that, it has meant, we live in the property that we live in, which we haven't been able to move. We've tried, but it hasn't worked in the past. So, we're hoping to do that eventually. Next question. How do I find coping with working a family life? I find it hard. It's hard. Anyone will tell you it is hard juggling the 2, because as helpful as Gareth is, I am a control freak, self-confessed control freak. Other people tell me I am. I want to do it all myself. Not like I want to do it all myself. I feel like I need to be able to do it all myself. And if I can't do everything, then I'm failing, which is ridiculous, but that's how I feel. Whether that's because I was raised by a single mum for most of my life, so I've seen her doing everything, so I feel like I need to be able to. I don't know. That probably does play a part in it. I'm sure that plays a lot in it, because there wasn't a man around a lot when I was little, so I saw my mum do a lot of it, and then I had to like help. Like, we all had our roles to play around the house, like me and my 2 sisters. But I guess organisation is the key, and most people will tell you have to be organised, and there'll be some weeks where I'm really on it and organised and feel like I'm just bossing it, and other weeks when I'm actually having to pull the kids' uniform out of the washing basket because I haven't been able to keep up the washing, and they've literally got no trousers. So yeah, but I'm not the only one to do that either. And if anyone else is sat there thinking, oh my god, I have to do that sometimes too. And I thought I was only one. No, my kids, I've just sprayed it with a bit of Lynx and like, just wear that today. I'll sort you out for washing tomorrow. It's getting easier though. I am finding it's getting easier. When I went back to work after Charlie was born, I found it incredibly difficult. My anxiety was through the roof. And I felt just really bad. It takes me about 6 to 8 weeks to adjust to a new, like a big upheaval kind of thing. So like when I've had a baby, I've struggled right in the beginning, and I've gone back to work, I've struggled right in the beginning until I find my groove. And I guess it's like with everybody. But yeah, so it's just like, you know, going back to work after 4 years of not working, being at home with 3 kids, that was, you know, challenging. And I did it at the worst possible time because I started my job right at the beginning of the summer holidays. So it was just I was in survival mode for quite a long time. It feels like with this job. And then when they went back to school and Lily started school, she was ill a lot, and I've had time off to look after her, and like my work are really good with that, luckily, and they're really supportive, and they know that she, you know, gets poorly. She's my poorly one, although, you know, touch wood, she's been fine just recently. So I guess just now I'm starting to find that it's easier, that I'm getting into the groove where not everyone isn't, you know, I haven't had to have a lot of time off sick with her. And so yeah, it's been a process, but I'm finding it okay, and I do enjoy working, which makes it easier. I don't mind going to work, and it is only 4 hours a day, which I do think, you know, if I'm really tired in the morning or having like stressful like time, I'm like, oh, it is only for 4 hours. So I go in, do my work, and I can come home. It's not like I'm out 9 till 5 and I've still got the full load of the house and the kids to do. So I do consider myself fortunate for that. So yeah, it's hard, but I'm getting there. I feel like I am getting there, and I'm getting a handle on it now. The next question: what job did I do before kids? Before I had Zach, I was a public liability claims handler, which I enjoyed. And then after I had Zach, I went back part-time doing admin. Yeah, I was doing admin. So I just went back doing admin for the claims department, and I did that until I went off on maternity leave with Lily. So yeah, claims handler, and then admin. So now I'm housekeeper. So quite a change from being in an office to housekeeping environment, but I really like it. I liked my job before as well, and they were really good at work. I've never worked anywhere that I didn't like, luckily. What are my hobbies? YouTube, I suppose, is like my biggest hobby now. I don't have a lot of hobbies. Is that bad? Like, is that like most mums? Like, we don't have a lot of hobbies, I suppose, because we're so busy and consumed with taking care of the kids that we haven't have time for hobbies. I love reading and I love cooking. Don't have time to do much reading. I've got like 3 books on the go at the moment, and I haven't got through them yet, so that's like, I need to get through those. I'm currently reading, I'm halfway through The Last Tudor by Philippa Gregory. I love historical fiction, especially like the Tudor era. I am halfway or almost through Beowulf, and it makes a lot of references like Anglo-Saxon paganism and things, I think. My mum kindly bought it for me, so I am partway through Beowulf. And I've also got, I keep looking over there because that's where my books are stacked up. For Mother's Day, the kids bought me A Spell in the Wild, because I also really like witchcraft and am interested in witchcraft and like practice a little bit of witchcraft. So A Spell in the Wild was on like a reading list that a YouTuber I watch like recommended as being like a really lovely book. So they got that for me for Mother's Day, and I have barely cracked the spine of it because I just haven't had a chance. So I want to get through my reading, so I like reading. And I love watching movies and like TV shows with Gareth. So, like, that's our hobby. At the end of the day, we'll sit down on the couch and just veg out and watch something on Netflix or Prime or something. And yeah, cooking. I like cooking. Don't really like cooking for my family. So I do like cooking, but it's just like, you know, is anyone going to eat what I'm making tonight kind of thing. So yeah, I'll probably get as they get older, I guess, getting back into cooking and having more time to cook as well, because obviously it's tricky when you've got really little kids because someone always needs something. So, you know, being in the kitchen for a long time is tricky. And then my other thing is I would really like to learn German. I was good at German at school, really, really love the German language. And when I have a bit more time, if I ever have it, or when I have a bit more capacity, I'd like to pick it up again and start learning it again, because I really like the German language. So I guess that might be a hobby of mine that I delve into in the future. So there we are. And what is the other question? A couple of people have asked me this. Do I want more children? And that's a tricky one to answer, because when I had Zach, I knew I wanted 3 kids. And I just felt like I was going to have 3 children. And I did. And I'm really, really grateful for that. And I feel so blessed to have my kids because I love them so much, obviously. But when I had Lily, I expected, and I don't know if other people have found this as well, because I'd always heard, like, when you're done, you know you're done. I expected, when I had her in the hospital, when she came out, I expected to feel this overwhelming sense of, my family is completed and I'm done. And I didn't. And I was really oh, I don't feel that. I don't feel that, my family is complete thing. And it kind of threw me quite a lot. And I was like, oh God, I think I want another baby. As she's got through her baby and toddlerhood, I was adamant I want another one day. But finances, B, housing all these humans that we make. I don't think we'll be able to have a house that's big enough to house all the kids. And just now I'm 35, I'm kind of running out of time. Also, pregnancy is very hard on me because I get very bad morning sickness. I'm signed off of work for between 6 and 8 weeks because I'm just so ill. And with each child as well, I've gotten my varicose veins on my legs and things have gotten worse. And after Charlie and Lily, I've had to have heparin injections for 2 weeks afterwards to reduce the risk of blood clots and things. So as much, I really did suffer with Lily. My legs, honestly, they looked awful. And my legs have taken a toll. It's taken a toll on my legs. My legs have paid a price for having 3 children. And so I don't know if it would even be medically advisable for me to have another baby. And that does play on my mind if I were to have another baby, because obviously I've got 3 people that need me to raise them and be there for them. So I don't know. And then as Lily's gotten older, currently I'm you know what, my family is complete. I am feeling that, but I am also but what if I change my mind one day? You know, I might want another one. But at the moment, no, I don't. I think that this is it for us. And we've had a chat and everything. And I said, you know, if stopping now means that we can move, and obviously we wouldn't have another one here anyway. Never think of that. 3 is the limit. We are maxed out on space, and I am maxed out on my capacity for what I can deal with right now as well. My hands are full. I've lost my train of thought now as well. What was I saying? Yes, so if stopping at 3 means that we can have holidays and things in the future and give the kids a better quality of life, then I'm happy to stop at 3. So at this point, I don't think another baby is on the cards for us. In my gut, I don't think it is. Quite like the idea of having a dog. Gareth does not. He just thinks that I'm just never going to give him a break. I'm either getting him to have babies, and I'm I want a dog. So I don't know, maybe that'll be when I'm older, maybe. So I don't think we're going to have any more kids. So yeah, that was a long old answer to a question, wasn't it? But no, I don't think so. But I'd never say never. So, you know, we'll see. Maybe one day, but maybe not. You know, if I don't have any more, I'm happy with my children. I love my boys, and I love having a little girl. So yeah, if that is our family of 5, I feel like that's probably it for us. And if we did ever have another one, that would just be a bonus. But then there's also that thing in the back of my mind. It's all mine have been, although they've been in our beds with us, they've always been quite good sleepers. If I had another one, what if I got one that just didn't ever sleep? like it would kill me. It would actually kill me. So, you know, mate, I don't think I'll risk it. And I've also, like, the challenging behaviour as they're getting older. I did just turn around the other day and went, I'm not making any more of you. I'm not making any more humans. Got my hands full. Not making any more. So probably not is the answer to that question. Let's see. What other thing? I've got a few more questions to get through. So, other than my beautiful children, what aspirations and goals do I have or have had? We would like to buy a house. We want a house. We've tried moving before and it all fell through right at the last minute. And I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And that did happen for a reason. I'm glad it fell through, because it wouldn't have been a good area for us to live in. It wouldn't have been right for us. It just didn't. It happened. It all fell through, and that was the right thing to happen, even though we lost, we'd already paid fees and whatever. That happened for a reason. And I said to Gareth, well, if we're not moving now, we're going to have another baby where we're staying, because if we wait much longer, who knows if I'm going to, if we'll be able to have one in circumstances or whatever. So we just decided to stay here and have Lily, and we'll move in the future. But yeah, that is our goal, is to buy a house. We want to take the children on holiday as well. Those are our goals and aspirations. We'd like to take them on holiday and just give them a really good quality of life. Personal goals and aspirations, I don't know. I like doing YouTube. I really do like that. So I would like to make that more of a part of my life. But other than just, living a nice life and raising my kids, getting them a decent house. Because I like where we live, but it's not big enough for us. We are outgrowing it. We want that. I don't know where we'll live either. I'd like whether we'd stay in the area or move slightly out. I don't know. That's all gonna depend as well. But that's bad, isn't it? Like my goals have always been to have a family, and I've got my family now. Like, I'm so lucky. I don't have any other like major goals other than getting a house for all these people that I've made. Yeah, like I'm happy. I am happy, which is nice that I can say that. I do feel really, really blessed to be able to say that. But yeah, I don't think I've had any other goals really other than being a mum. That's been like my huge driving force since I've had Zach, because like, I want 3 kids. I am going to have 3, by hook or by crook, I'm going to have 3 kids. And now it's like, I want to do nice things with them. I want to do nice things with them and give them good experiences. And we really do focus on that, which is why we try and take them on so many days out and things, and like go places with them. And we want to be able to take them on holiday as well. And I really want to take them to Disneyland Paris. That's like a goal of mine. That is a goal of mine, to take them to Disneyland Paris, hopefully this year. And if we can't manage it this year, then next year. Okay. I've got some more questions here. A couple of people asking what we do for work. Gareth didn't really want me to tell people what he did for work, so I won't. Obviously, I respect his request for privacy as much as YouTube allows when he's in all my vlogs. But I'm a housekeeper and I do cleaning, and I don't mind telling you that. And I enjoy it, and it's a physical job. It helps keep me fit and busy, and it fits in around the kids. So I am more than happy with my role at the moment. Someone else asked, will I be moving house this year? Because it must be difficult with the kids sharing a room. Yes, it can be difficult with the children sharing a room. No, we won't be moving house this year, but we are hoping to move in the next couple of years, because like, we are outgrowing this place. It is a good size masonette. It's a really good size masonette. We're very lucky with the room sizes. There's 3 kids in one room, but they've got like their beds in there, their furniture in there, and still have space to play, and their toys are in there. So it works for us for now. We only have 1 bathroom though. We need another bathroom. Really, we do. So hopefully in the next couple of years we'll be moving. That is a major thing for us. But it has also worked in our favour, because obviously we're not paying for a massive house. So that works out. We can do, certain things with the children that if we were having a huge mortgage to pay at the moment, we wouldn't be able to. And I have said to Gareth, I would rather, like, we can always earn more money. We're always going to be able to earn more money. Like, fingers crossed. But they're only going to be little once, and they're not always going to want to come to the zoo with us or go out on days out or go on holiday. I want to do those things while they're little, and then when they're older and they don't want to spend then maybe there's much time with us, then we can pay whack on a mortgage or whatever, because you know they're not going to want to maybe go to Disneyland or whatever, like, if that makes sense. So I mean, I'd rather live in a smaller place now but be able to make those memories with them while they're little, because they are only little for such a short amount of time. I'll never get that back, but we can always move and we can always make more money. So but yeah, hopefully in the next couple of years we will be moving, because we're running out of room. Now this is a really interesting question, and I have been giving it a lot of thought. It's a really hard question. If you had to leave your home permanently and immediately, excluding your family and pets, what 3 things would you take with you? My handbag would be, because like that's got your life in it, hasn't it? It's got my purse, my phone, yeah, it's got all my bank cards, everything in it. So my handbag. My tarot cards, that's just something that came into my head and would not leave whenever I thought about it. My tarot cards, they are yeah, I would take those with me. Which deck, I don't know, I've got 3, but yeah, my tarot cards, and my jewelry box, because that's got all my sentimental jewelry in it, family jewelry that has been passed down to me, presents from people, and when the tooth fairy sends me my kids' teeth back, and she sends us, like, you know, she comes and takes the kids' teeth, takes them off for cleaning, and then sends them back to me, I usually put them in the jewelry box. That's why I've got them in my jewelry box. So those are the 3 things I'd probably take with me. If my phone wasn't in my handbag, then I'd take my handbag, my phone, and my tarot cards probably. It'd be a toss up, I guess. Tarot cards are easier if you had to leave quickly rather than carrying a whole jewelry box, I suppose. But yeah. But that was a really good question, and a really hard one as well. I've asked a couple of people as well, and they've struggled answering that question. So yeah, good question. And then the last one, I really hope that I don't miss anyone off. I've gone through and like checked to see, make sure like I've got all the questions, so I will double check before I upload this, I've answered them all properly. Someone has asked how long we've been together and what our ethnicity is. So I've already said obviously how long we've been together. Ethnicity wise, so I'm mainly English and like British, a little bit German. I don't know what Gareth is, but I guess he's probably a similar makeup. We have done those, I've done that DNA ancestry thing, but I don't feel comfortable giving out every single thing of it, but that was it is really interesting. If you haven't done it, I'd recommend doing it. But yeah, and I bought Gareth the DNA ancestry for his birthday. I think it was his birthday present from the kids, so that he can find out like where he is from, what his ethnicity is, his genetic background. But yeah, it is interesting to know where your ancestors are from, I think, if you're interested in that. I have really enjoyed reading all your questions, and I hope that this has given you an opportunity to get to know me a bit more. I'm sorry, I do waffle a lot. I am a bit of a rambler. I am very chatty, so sorry about that. But yeah, so thank you so much for all your questions. I really hope that you've enjoyed getting to know me. I've enjoyed reading your questions and thinking about the answers. If you have liked this, please give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you over there. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. I don't know what my next video is going to be. I am today filming a day in the life as well as this, because I tend to do filming on my days off just because I haven't got kids running around and everything. I've just got a bit more time. But I also do a lot of weekend vlogs. If we do anything interesting over the weekend, I'll vlog that, and I'll obviously be doing my weekly food haul for you too. I'm trying to do our weekly meals as well, to show you what we're having each week for dinner. And yeah, so take care everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching if you've made it all the way to the end of listening to me talk about myself. And yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for being here. Take care, love you all lots, and I'll see you later. Bye.